You are watching Peace TV.
O my Lord, make me brave, and make my task easy for me,
Faith, step onto the cloud of Islam, and you will discover the light of Iman. Proclaim this message entrusted to you, and the cloud of Islam will carry you.
At the beginning of 1900, there's 3% of Africa was Christian. Today, 40% of Africa is Christian. 40%. And by the turn of this century, they want to make Africa a Christian continent. How we handle it. People, Allah says, invite all to the ways of the Lord with wisdom. وَالْمَوْعِظَةِ الْحَسَنَةِ, and with beautiful preaching. وَجَادِلْهُمْ بِالَّتِي أَحْسَنَ, and reason with them. In the ways that are best and most gracious. This is it.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. We have great pleasure and honor tonight to have one of our distinguished Muslim scholar who has contribute a lot in Islamic da'wah. In fact, he has introduced a new method. He is a champion of one of the fantastic method of preaching Islam. Such method, really, it has been ignored for many, many years. Although it was there, and it is there in the Holy Quran, that method is comparative religions. Really, we are so much appreciate what he is doing, and it has really contributed a lot in our Islamic da'wah. And our youngsters, our field workers, our scholars should learn. They have learned from our distinguished Muslim scholar, Sheikh Ahmed Deedad. On behalf of myself and on behalf of our Majlis, the committee of this Jamia Mosque, we welcome our distinguished Muslim scholar and his colleague to our mosque, and to give what he has in his mind, the light he has brought to us, and for sure we will benefit from his long experience in this field of da'wah. Sheikh Ahmed Deedad, you are so much welcome. Welcome, Jazakallah khair.
قال الله تعالى في شأن حبيبه إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وسلم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل لئن اجتمعت الإنس والجن على أن يأتوا بمثل هذا القرآن لا يأتون بمثله ولو كان بعضهم لبعض زهيرا صدق الله العظيم. My dear brethren, I recited to you one verse from the Holy Quran, from Surah Bani Israel. If anybody gives you any reference from the Holy Quran, make a point of going home and checking up. Not that you're doubting the speaker, that the speaker has any reason to bluff you. No. If you go and check up these ayahs, that ayah, when you see it with your eyes, you read it with your heart and mind, they'll become a part of your own property. And then you in turn will be able to share with others. That is the purpose of you going home and checking up. In your Swahili translation, or in your English translation, or any other translation that you are familiar with. I read this ayah from Surah Bani Israel. And Bani Israel is one of the chapters of the Quran out of 114 chapters. There are 114 surahs in the Holy Quran. Out of the 114, Bani Israel is only one of them. And how will you find Bani Israel? I know my young man has got the answer. How will you find Bani Israel? If you have a translation like this particular one here, I have in my hand, by Abdullah Yusuf Ali. It's a monumental work. This translation, at the back of it, has got a very comprehensive index, just like a dictionary at the back. Anything you want to know, you look up in the index. I said Bani Israel, so under B, like a dictionary, look for Bani Israel. It'll tell you chapter 17. And 17 will be easy to find, because every page is numbered. So everything becomes handy for you. You want to know about marriage in Islam, and the M. You want to know about divorce, and the D. You want to know about heaven or hell or hereafter, and the H. You want to know about Jesus, and the J. Everything on your fingertips. You owe it to yourself, if it's possible, to obtain this translation. Bani Israel chapter 17. So we open 17. Now I'm telling you it's ayah number 88. Ayah number 88. 88 is easy to find because every verse is numbered. Found the chapter, you found the ayah. Read it. It says, Qul. Allah Bari Ta'ala is commanding our Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to say, tell them, Qul, say, لَإِنِ اتَّمَأَتِ الْإِنسُ وَالْجِنُّ أَلَا أَنْ يَأْتُوا بِمِثْلِ هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ. That if the whole of mankind and the jinns, if they were to gather together to produce the like of this Quran, Allah says, لَا يَعْطُونَ بِمِثْلِهِ. They will never be able to produce the like thereof. وَلَوْ كَانَ بَعْضُهُمْ لِبَعْضٍ زَهِيرًا. Even if they backed up each other with help and support, you can never produce the like of this Quran. And this challenge has stood for 1400 years. The world is challenged to produce the like of this book, and it has not been able to produce one. But that does not mean that the enemy has given up hope. The first instance, the Western Christians, they say, look, we don't know Arabic. You're telling us to produce the like of this book, this is in Arabic, and we don't know Arabic. Valid excuse. But they're forgetting that there are 15 million Arab Christians. Every Arab is not a Muslim. Don't make a mistake. I met a man for breakfast this morning, or this lunchtime. A brother introduced me, this is some Hamza. I said, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam, shook hands. He says, he's from Egypt. Shook hands with him, and he's gone. He is a Christian Egyptian. Hamza. Hamza sounds to us like Muslim. Tariq Aziz, the foreign minister of Iraq. Tariq Aziz to us was a Muslim. Tariq Aziz sounds like a Muslim name. We took him for a Muslim. But when we find out, he says, no, he's not a Muslim. He is a Marxist Christian. Not only ordinary Christian, he's a Marxist Christian. And he is the head, he is the foreign minister of Iraq. So we get caught with names. You know, Suleiman Faranji, at one time the president of Lebanon, I thought he was a Muslim. Yusuf Lule. Yusuf Lule. When Idi Amin went, the man who took his place was Yusuf Lule. And I said, Yusuf Lule? Oh, no, Amin went, another Muslim took his place. That's what I understood. Yusuf means Muslim. To every one of us, Yusuf is Muslim, Dawood is Muslim, Suleiman is Muslim. No. So when I came to Kenya around that time, I buy one of your newspapers and I read there the life of Yusuf Lule. Yusuf Lule is a Christian. His wife is a Christian, but his father was a Muslim.
His mother was a Muslim. His grandfather was a Muslim. His grandmother was a Muslim. They were Muslim through and through for generations. But Yusuf Lule is a Christian. How did that happen? How did that happen? His father was trying to steal education. You see, the Christians made it a policy, no Christianity, no education. Unless you become a Christian, no education for you. Keep you people backwards. Pull the rickshaws. You have no rickshaws here. We have in South Africa, rickshaw. You know, rickshaw pulling rickshaw? Like a human horse, like a donkey. You will do the donkey job. You Muslims, everybody must do a donkey job. The Christian get education so he can rule you. So his father sent him to school. He's a Muslim. So he says, no, change his name to Joseph. Joseph Lule. So he passes Joseph Lule at getting education. He's very brilliant. He passed his exams. So he sent him to Fort Hare in South Africa. Another mission school. From there, he qualified, went to a British mission school in England. Now, he's day and night he's being programmed, brainwashed, and he returns home, he's arguing with his father, the poor father. What does he know? So his father, Christ died for our sins. The father is arguing and debating, poor father. You know, he depends upon Yusuf Lule's salary. So, converted. So the Christians are not easy to give up. 15 million Arab Christians. 15 million. And they have brains. They are intellectuals. They steal our brains. I can give you examples after examples, how they make monkeys out of us. So these Christians, Arabs, this is no man. This challenge is standing for too long. We are going to produce something to challenge the Quran. And they produced it. They produced a book. This is the new Injil. The latest Injil in the most fasih and baligh language. Right. You say the Quran can't be reproduced? So we reproduce it. And they are singing this, chanting this from Monte Carlo radio. If you happen to tune in the middle of the night, and you hear somebody reading like Abdul Samad Abdul Basit, you know the voice from heaven, from Egypt. He died now, but his voice is still alive. Abdul Samad Abdul Basit, the Qari, Abdul Samad Abdul Basit. They are able to reproduce the sound like Abdul Samad Abdul Basit. You tune in, you say, Abdul Samad Abdul Basit, I thought he's dead. But man, he's here. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. No. Abdul Samad Abdul Basit, you read Bismillah 2 minutes. You know, Bismillah, 2 minutes without breaking his breath. So these guys can also do the same. The Christians, artists, Christian Arabs, they can also reproduce. Maybe not like Basit, but something near enough for us to be bluffed.
Confusion, conflict, lack of values, lack of genuine faith, living life unaware. Religions manipulated, misunderstood, religious scriptures altered and modified for petty gain. In all this, Millie, I will strive to expose the truth.
Because it's your right to know and my duty to tell the truth.
Watch Dr. Zakir Naik in Truth Exposed every Friday to Wednesday at 9 p.m. Saudi Arabia and 10 p.m. UAE on Peace TV.
If there is Iman, along with it must come Al-Amal Al-Salih.
Yasir Fazaga.
True faith is based on knowledge. Knowledge which originates with God, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Dr. Bilal Phillips.
If all Muslims hold to this robe of Allah, no power, no force on earth can do anything to us.
Salim Al-Amri.
What causes faith to increase and decrease?
Broaden the horizons of your faith in Faith Horizons. Next on Peace TV.
So they read, and
I want Sheikh Shiraz, in the beautiful manner in which he recited Allah's Kalam, the Quran, I want him to do justice to this. Don't be unjust to the Christians. I want you to try to read the way you read the Quran. Like Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, the usual way. If you see Bismillah, you read Bismillah the way you read the Quranic Bismillah. And so, Qul ya ayyuhallazina amanu, the way you read the Quran. I want you to read this and let the people hear this new Injil, a challenge to the Quran. Please, come forward.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الذين آمنوا إن كنتم تؤمنون بالله حقا فآمنوا بي ولا تخافوا إن لكم عند الله جنات نزلا فلأسبقنكم إلى الله لأعدها لكم ثم لآتينكم نزلة أخرى
ما شاء الله. Now, I want you to vote. Does this sound like the Quran? Look, the man started, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Any objection? Anybody? Anybody, can you take objection to that? This is Allah's Kalam. They stole the verse from the Quran and they put it into the Bible. And every chapter starts with Bismillah, 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 Bismillah. There is no Bismillah in the encyclopedia called the Bible. No Bismillah. But in this new Injil now, every chapter begins with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So when you hear Basit is reading, now, so Qul, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu. Any objection? No. These are also picked up from the Quran, stolen from the Quran. Verses, phrases. Put together to catch fish. See, the Christians know how to catch fish. The fisherman ought to know. You people here on the seaside here, no, this is Nairobi. You're in Mombasa, you do fishing. Here you don't do fishing. The fisherman knows that there are type and type of fish, needs different type of bait. So to catch the fish, the one you want, you got to put the right bait for that fish. Every fish doesn't bite the same bait. Do you know that? Some fish, they bite bread. Other fish don't. They don't even smell it. They want worm. If you want to catch that fish, you need a worm. You know that? You can't catch it. There's another one, it's bread. You can catch it with bread. So the Christian knows now that this fish, Muslim, he's going to bite this. It's like into your taste. قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا إِن كُنتُمْ تُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ. This is all. This is stolen from the Quran. There's nothing like this in the Christian Bible, but this is the new Injil. Now, generally, all of us, most of us, non-Arabs, we can't catch the joke. We can't catch the joke. But the Arab to read it, he was an air pilot. He came and he just happened, I was in Riyadh, and I said, like, come, I want you to read this. So he started reading, and he started laughing, and he started rolling on the ground. He started rolling like a mad. Silly. But you and I'm Indian. Arabic is not my mother tongue. I don't know Arabic as a language. So I get caught. You'll get caught trying to catch fish, making you to accept this as a new revelation, new wahi. But the Christians, they find, they say, look, everybody won't bite this. Is a speaking fellow. He's going to catch that. We said, we don't know. We are dumbfounded. We don't know. It's like the Quran. We don't know. So they're going to catch you. They send you this book. In South Africa, we're getting it. Maybe you people are too poor here. See, they said these are too poor people. You're not honored. I don't. Anybody receive this here? No greater love. No. You people are too poor. You haven't got money. My people in South Africa, they're moneyed people. So we get this in the post from America. By post. It must cost them 100 shillings, postage. And we get it. It says, no greater love. Wouldn't you like to read it? Love and romance. Even old people like to read it. I'm telling you. Huh? You think I'm finished now? I'm 75 now. When I was 16, I was interested. You think I lost my interest? No, I still. No. Somebody give you free of charge. Ya Sheikh, no greater love. You take it home, so let me see.
You open the book, what it is? The Holy Bible. Bible. Bible! This is the Bible! Caught you fish. This made you take love and romance. Caught like geniuses, geniuses. You go to your hotel. Oh, you're in this hotel of mine, Hilton. There's a New Testament there in 3 languages. 3 languages, English, and there are 2 other languages, I think maybe French and some German. 3 languages, multi-language. In every room, free. They got the fish, catching fish in the hotels. This one, you go to Hong Kong, you get this good news for visitors. You like to read. You know, you as a visitor, as a tourist, you like to go around. What see? You want to know, man, they have to offer you in Hong Kong. No. Yes, in the hotel. You open the book, what do you find? The Bible. The Bible. Caught you fish again. Caught you fish again. The book of life. In South Africa, everybody carries an identity. The name of that identity is the book of life. Your life. That means all your history. When you were born, what not, what license you got, firearm license, motor car license, everything. When you got married, you carry that with you. I got one with me in my pocket. I carry this. It's inside here. My license and everything is in there. By law now, we have to carry that. So I still got it with me. See? It's well protected, but I carry it with me. It's called the book of life. So now they give you a book of life. Yes, you want to know about the book of life. So you open it, what? What? The Bible! They caught you again. They caught you again. You know, they're indefatigable. They don't get tired. The Christians don't get tired. Look at this. Desert storm. Don't you like to know about desert storm? You know Saddam, that guy Saddam, how he invaded Kuwait, and how America came in, and how, you know, he got him out of Kuwait, how they managed to get 500,000 people in the desert without losing one soldier by gunfire. Not one soldier, they lost 500,000 soldiers. They got into the desert without losing one. And how the Scud missiles of Saddam, how they counteracted with the Patriot missiles. Don't you like to read it? Won't you like to know? Free of charge. Bakshish. Huh? You open, go home and open. With the blessing of the American Army, Navy and Air Force. Army, Navy and Air Force. The uniform of the American soldier. 100% military book about the war. That's what you think. Huh? That's what you think. Yes. The good news people. Look, this is how they are trying. They're trying. Look, they're trying. You got to give them credit or hat to them. The guys are great. The guys at home, in their own motherland, the Americans, they got 25 million sodomites. Qawm, you know whom you call gays. You know gays? You know what's gay? Yeah. Men with men. They call them gays. There are 25 million. The whole total population of Kenya, men, women and children, that number of people, all gays, sodomites, Qawm. That rubbish nation is sending those missionaries. There are 35,000 involved in Africa at the moment wanting to convert you. 35,000 occupied in Africa today. In Indonesia, some 10 years ago, there were 6,000 raising the dust. In Bangladesh, in Pakistan, all over the world, they are working, wanting to convert you. At home, they are rotten to the core. They have problems after problems. Last night I was seeing on TV, there are 7 million gambling problems, gamblers, young men, gambling problem. It's an addiction. They have a problem, I didn't know. They have a drinking problem, 11 million drunkards in America, and 44 million heavy drinkers. And Jimmy Swaggart, in his book, he said, I make no difference between the heavy drinkers and the drunkards. There have been 55 million drunkards in America. According to Jimmy Swaggart, 55 million drunkards. And that nation is worried about you. They want to save you from hellfire. They are in hell themselves, but they want to save you. They're working hard. The thing is, we have to admire them. They work very hard. Last night I was in Masjid al-Nur. I had this with me, but I didn't have the presence of mind. Look, this looks like Masjid al-Nur. This looks like Masjid al-Nur. It says Nur al-Haq. Sounds Muslim? Yes. Nur. It says here, why is the cow mentioned in the Quran? Question mark. Don't you like to know? What does this its symbolism? Question mark. Don't you want to know? The sign of Qurbani. The sign of Qurbani. Don't you want to know? Of course you want to know. Open the first page. Open the first page and you read. First, start with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Got you. Who is the author? Ma'mun Abdullah. Ma'mun Abdullah. Sounds Muslim? Ma'mun Abdullah is the writer. And start with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. First, starts with the Quranic ayah. O ye who believe, do your duty to Allah, seek the means of approach unto Him. Al-Quran, Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, verse 35. Swallow. Take it. Next, ayah from Surah Al-Buruj. Truly strong is the grip and power of the Lord, of thy Lord. It is He who creates from the very beginning, and He can restore life. Surah Al-Buruj, chapter 85, verses 12 and 13. Swallow. Next one from Surah Baqarah. Next one from Surah Al-Imran. Shh. Catching fish. Catching fish. Who is the author? Ma'mun Abdullah. Starts with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and that's catching you, catching you, catching you. We are biting. This fish will bite. Allah's kalam, Allah's kalam, Allah's kalam, and then carries on, and then they introduce slyly At-Tawrat. At-Tawrat. You heard the Tawrat? So we Muslims believe in Zabur, Tawrat, Zabur, Injil, and Furqan, the Quran. We say we believe in the four heavenly books, At-Tawrat. Then in brackets, Deuteronomy, chapter 21, verse 1 to 8. Just give Tawrat. Got you? And then catching fish. Look, they work, they work, they work. One side English, one side Arabic. My Saudi brothers, they think they are safe. Saudi Arabia think they are safe. And there's one thing. I must congratulate King Fahd. One thing. I don't know whether you agree with him or not. We are not worried about his politics. But Saudi Arabia is the only Muslim country in the world where there is no church. That's all. For that, I take off my hat to him. They're the only Muslim country in the world where there is no church.